welcome back to another video, and today we have Monster Jam Points Competition Season 2, Event Number 3. And now before we get things started, I would just like to mention, if you guys have not yet seen the first two events, I definitely suggest you go watch those two first, and then come back to this video and watch Event Number 3. As I've explained now in every single event video, you're still in the same truck for all 10 events, because it's a 10 event season. This is event number 3 out of 10. And yeah, for whatever reason, if you guys are so far behind that you don't know which truck you're in yet, then make sure you check out the Field of Trucks video before anything else. But yeah, without further ado, let's take a look at all of the races here in round number 1. So I suggest you stop watching now if you don't want any spoilers, if you're going to watch the first two events first, if you're not caught up yet, because as you guys know, coming into this event, the Training Trucks Zombie and the Inverse Higher Education have been the two fastest trucks this season, no question. Higher Education won the first event, Zombie won the second, and in the two events that they didn't win, they came very close as well. So we'll see if anybody can take down those two trucks here today. It's going to be interesting. Sorry that the cord is getting stuck on Monster Mutt Dalmatian's ear. I have my phone plugged in because it's almost dead. But anyways, as I was saying, it'll be interesting to see if anybody can take down those two trucks. And yeah, here's the final row here of trucks I'll be racing in round number 1. My phone charger keeps getting caught on the trucks. I apologize for that. But anyways, we'll be ending off round 1 with the Training Trucks Earthshaker and Mohawk Warrior. So there's 80 trucks, of course. When we go through each round, as always, I will explain how many points each truck gets. And then, yeah, my laptop is also at the end of the track, just like it always is, and it's the same rule that applies for each event. Whoever hits it first will advance if both of them happen to hit it. It doesn't happen that often, but, I mean, it still does a number of times in each event. So, anyways, guys, now that we're 2 minutes into this video, without further ado, we're going to kick things off with El Toro Loco Ice taking on Queen Bee. Event number 3 is underway. And the first winner is going to be El Toro Loco Ice. Also, another thing I forgot to mention, but of course, if you lose in round 1, you get 1 point for this event to add up to your total of what you guys got in the first two events. So anyways, next up, we have Whiplash taking on the Fire Monster Mutt Rottweiler. And it's going to be Whiplash. Next up, we have the Ride Truck Gravedigger taking on El Toro Loco. And El Toro Loco flips over, and Ride Truck Gravedigger will take the win. Next up, we have the Overcast Dragon taking on Wildfire. And Wildfire has a terrible run, and Dragon takes the win. Next up, we have Wildflower taking on the Zombie Northern Nightmare. And Wildflower is going to take the win. Next up, we have a Fire and Ice battle between Fire Max D and Ice Earthshaker. And Max D will take the win. Next up, we have Batman taking on the Ice Northern Nightmare. And Batman will take the win, I think. Let me go back and take a look at it, though. Alright, so looking back at the clip, it was really, really close, but just barely. Batman hit it first, and you guys know the rule. Whoever hits it first advances. So Batman will advance to the next round, and Northern Nightmare is eliminated. Next up, we have Monster Mutt Husky taking on the Fire Son of a Digger. And Monster Mutt Husky will take the win. Next up, we have Zombie Megalodon taking on Brodozer. And Megalodon will take the win. Next up, we have the Mystery Machine taking on the Inverse Alien Invasion. And it's gonna be... I think it's Alien Invasion. Yes, it is. Next up, we have the Training Trucks El Toro Loco taking on Wonder Woman. And El Toro Loco is gonna take the win. Next up, we have Overcast Zombie taking on Ice Monster Mutt Dalmatian. And it's going to be Ice Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Next up, we have the Zombie Pirate's Curse taking on Aftershock. And Pirate's Curse is going to hit the win because he hit the laptop first. Next up, we have the regular Pirate's Curse taking on Cyclops. And Pirate's Curse does like a barrel roll or something, but he's going to be eliminated. Cyclops will take the win. Next up, we have Monster Mutt Rottweiler taking on the Fire Mohawk Warrior. And Mohawk Warrior does not have that good of a run, and Monster Mutt Rottweiler takes the win. Next up, we have Ice Soldier Fortune taking on Big Kahuna. And it's going to be Ice Soldier Fortune. Next up, we have the reigning championship truck and current points leader, Training Trucks Zombie, and he is taking on Scooby-Doo. And Scooby-Doo flips over early, and that will give the win to the Training Trucks Zombie, trying to win back-to-back events. Next up, we have the World Finals 19 Black Max D taking on the Fire Soldier Fortune Black Ops. And it's going to be Fire Soldier Fortune Black Ops. Next up, we have Ice Dragon taking on Iron Outlaw. And, ooh, I believe it was Iron Outlaw, but let me go back and take a look really quick. Alright, so looking back at the clip, it was pretty clear the Iron Outlaw hit it first, so he will advance. And even if you guys disagree with me, you can rewind the video, and then you can go into settings or whatever and change back, or you can change the speed of the video and see if you slow it down. The Iron Outlaw clearly took the win. Next up, we have Avenger taking on the Zombie Mohawk Warrior. And Mohawk Warrior will flip over, and Avenger takes the win. Next up, we have the Ice Bakugan Dragonoid taking on your Event 1 champion, the Inverse Higher Education. And Dragonoid is going to take the win. Higher Education coming into this event was second in the points, but he's been eliminated in round 1 by Dragonoid Ice. Next up, we have Jurassic Attack taking on the Ice Octonator. And Jurassic Attack will take the win. Next up, we have World Finals 21 taking on Ice Cream Man. And World Finals 21 will take the win. Next up, we have the Fire Horsepower taking on Stinger Unleashed. And Horsepower flips over. That will give the win to Stinger Unleashed. Next up, we have Ice Monster Mutt taking on Stone Crusher. And Monster Mutt has a terrible run. I think that's the third event in a row that he's lost in round 1. Stone Crusher takes the win. Next up, we have the Nitro Neons Max D taking on Sparkle Smash. And Max D will take the win. He was the runner-up in event number 2, so he's looking for redemption here in event number 3. Next up, we have the Red Bakugan Dragonoid taking on Octonator. And it's gonna be Dragonoid. Next up, we have Monster Mutt Dalmatian taking on Nomad Avenger. It's gonna be Nomad Avenger. Next up, we have Bad News Travels Fast taking on Fire Zombie. And it's gonna be Zombie. Next up, we have Horsepower taking on the Nitro Neons Pirate's Curse. And it's gonna be Horsepower. Next up, we have a battle of 2 fast trucks. We have Time Flies taking on the Ice Alien Invasion. And this time, I think it's going to be Alien Invasion, but I'm going to go back and take a look to see who hit it first. Alright, so looking back at the clip, that was really, really close. It was almost simultaneous, but if you look closely, you can tell that Ice Alien Invasion hit it first, so he will advance. If that would have been any closer, I probably would have done a rerun because it would have been too close to call, but that one was pretty clear. If you look at it closely, the Alien Invasion won. Next up, we have the Fire Monster Mutt Husky taking on Overcast Blue Thunder. And it's going to be Overcast Blue Thunder. Next up, we have the Creature Son of a Digger taking on Soldier Fortune. And that is a close race. Let's take a look at the aerial view. Oh man, let's go straight down. Just barely, you guys can see right there at the top of the screen, Son of a Digger is going to take the win. Next up, we have Fire Whiplash taking on Yeti. And Yeti has a terrible run. Whiplash Fire will take the win. Next up, we have Slinger taking on the Elemental Trucks Gravedigger. And Slinger is going to take the win with a block. Next up, we have Ice Blue Thunder taking on the Gold Bakugan Dragonoid. Dragonoid will take the win. I think it was pretty clear that he hit it first. Next up, we have the Inverse Brodozer taking on Fire Megalodon. And it's going to be Inverse Brodozer. Next up, we have Monster Mutt Poodle taking on Sasquatch. And it's going to be Monster Mutt Poodle. Next up, we have Fire Pirate's Curse taking on Bounty Hunter. And it's going to be Pirate's Curse. Next up, we have the final race of round number 1. It's going to be the Training Trucks Earthshaker taking on Mohawk Warrior. And Mohawk Warrior with a terrible run. He will lose. Training Trucks Earthshaker will take the win. Alright, so now that round 1 is complete, here are all the trucks that lost in round number 1, which means that they will get 1 point for this event. Now, of course, that will add on to your total that you got in the first 2 events. And then, of course, at the end of the video, like I always do, I'll go over the current point standings for like the last minute or 2 of the video. But anyways, here's all the trucks in round number 2. There are 40 trucks left. Now, if you lose in this round, you will get 3 points. And without further ado, we're going to kick things off with the Ice El Toro Loco taking on Whiplash. Round number 2 is underway. And Whiplash is going to take the win. Next up, we have the Ride Truck Gravedigger taking on Overcast Dragon. It's going to be Overcast Dragon. I think it was pretty clear. Or, not Dragon. Why did I say Dragon? I meant to say Ride Truck Gravedigger. I think it was pretty clear that Gravedigger hit it first. So he will be advancing to round number 3. Next up, we have Wildflower taking on Fire Max D. And it's going to be, I think, Fire Max D, but let me go make sure. Alright, so looking back at the clip, that one was really, really close, but just barely. Like I said, Fire Max D hit the laptop first, so he will advance. Next up, we have Batman taking on Monster Mutt Husky. And it's going to be Monster Mutt Husky. Next up, we have the Zombie Megalodon taking on Inverse Alien Invasion. It's going to be Alien Invasion, although he kind of went past the line there. It was clear that he would have got there first, so he will take the win. Next up, we have the Training Trucks El Toro Loco taking on the Ice Monster Mutt Dalmatian. And it's going to be Ice Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Next up, we have the Zombie Pirates Curse taking on Cyclops. And this time, it is going to be the Zombie Pirates Curse. Next up, we have Monster Mutt Rottweiler taking on Ice Soldier Fortune. And it's going to be Monster Mutt Rottweiler. Next up, we have the Points Leader Training Truck Zombie. Can he finally be stopped? He's taking on the Fire Soldier Fortune Black Ops. And no, he will not. He will take the win over Black Ops. Next up, we have Iron Outlaw taking on Avenger. And Iron Outlaw is going to block Avenger for the win. Next up, we have the Ice Bakugan Dragonoid taking on Jurassic Attack. And Jurassic Attack will take the win. Next up, we have World Finals 21 taking on Stinger Unleashed. And it's going to be World Finals 21. Next up, we have Stone Crusher taking on the Nitro Neons Max D. And it's going to be Stone Crusher with a block. Next up, we have the Red Bakugan Dragonoid taking on Nomad Avenger. And that is a close race. Neither one of them hit the line. Nomad Avenger was very, very close, though. And as you guys can tell from the aerial view, if I can get it to focus, you guys can see that Avenger takes the win. Next up, we have the Fire Zombie taking on Horsepower. And what a race, but it's going to be Zombie. I know Horsepower did not hit Stinger, and he also, I don't think, got to the line there. And it was clear anyways that Zombie got there first and he will advance. Next up, we have Ice Alien Invasion taking on Overcast Blue Thunder. And it's going to be Alien Invasion. Next up, we have the Creature Son of a Digger taking on Fire Whiplash. It's going to be Fire Whiplash. Next up, we have Slinger taking on the Gold Bakugan Dragonoid. And it's going to be, what a close race that is. But just barely, you guys can tell that Dragonoid is going to take the win. Next up, we have Inverse Brodozer taking on Monster Mutt Poodle. It's going to be Monster Mutt Poodle. Next up, we have the final race of round number 2, which is going to be Fire Pirates Curse taking on the Training Trucks Earthshaker. And it's going to be Fire Pirates Curse. So here's a look at all of the trucks that lost in round number 2, which means they will get a total of 3 points for this event to add on to their total so far for the entire season. Now here's a look at all 20 trucks that are still in it here in round number 3. Now if you lose in this round, you'll get a total of 5 points for this event. So here's all the races. And we're going to kick things off with Whiplash taking on the Ride Truck Gravedigger. So round number 3 is underway. And the first winner is going to be the Ride Truck Gravedigger. Next up, we have Fire Max D taking on Monster Mutt Husky. And Fire Max D flips over, he lands it, but that's going to cost him the win. Monster Mutt Husky will advance. Next up, we have the Inverse Alien Invasion taking on the Ice Monster Mutt Dalmatian. And it's going to be Monster Mutt Dalmatian Ice. He clearly hit it first, and he will advance. Next up, we have the Zombie Pirates Curse taking on Monster Mutt Rottweiler. It's going to be Pirates Curse. Next up, we have Training Truck Zombie taking on Iron Outlaw. And that, I think, was dead even. Let me go back and take a look. So I just went back and looked at the clip, and believe it or not, this is actually going to be the first rerun of the whole event because they hit the laptop pretty much simultaneously right at the exact same second. So we're going to switch up the lanes and do a rerun. So we have switched up the lanes, and here goes the rerun. And this time it's going to be Training Trucks Zombie. Next up, we have Jurassic Attack taking on World Finals 21. And it's going to be World Finals 21. Next up, we have Stone Crusher taking on Nomad Avenger. And Stone Crusher flips over. He ends up going backwards. That's going to cost him the win. Nomad Avenger will advance. Next up, we have Fire Zombie taking on Ice Alien Invasion. And it's going to be Fire Zombie. Next up, we have Fire Whiplash taking on the Golden Bakugan Dragonoid. That, I think, is going to be too close to call. Let me take a look. So that was about as close as you can get, so we're going to switch up the lanes and do a rerun. And this time it's going to be Dragonoid. And next up, we have the final race of round number 3, which is going to be Monster Mutt Poodle taking on the Fire Pirates Curse. And Monster Mutt Poodle will take the win. So all of these 10 trucks lost in round number 3, which means they get a total of 5 points for this event. And now it is time for round number 4. We are down to 10 trucks. So first of all, once we get into next round is when I will announce the field of trucks. And basically, if you guys have not yet seen the first 2 events, how this is going to work is there's going to be 5 winners and 5 losers. So, of course, with 5 trucks, we're going to need a fast loser race. And for the fast losers, there's going to be, like, no favorites played or anything like that. It's just going to be whichever 2 trucks out of the 5 losers that have the best run will face off in the fast losers. So, yeah, if you lose in this round, you get 7 points. And we're going to kick things off with the Ride Truck Gravedigger taking on Monster Mutt Husky. So, round number 4 is underway. And the first winner is going to be the Ride Truck Gravedigger. Next up, we have Ice Monster Mutt Dalmatian taking on the Zombie Pirate's Curse. And it's going to be Zombie Pirate's Curse. Next up, we have the Training Truck Zombie taking on World Finals 21. And I think it's going to be Zombie, but let me go back and take a look. So looking back at the clip, that was very, very close, but if you look at it closely, you can tell that just barely Zombie is going to take the win, but World Finals 21 is most likely going to have a chance in the fast loser. Next up, we have Nomad Avenger taking on Fire Zombie. And it's going to be, I think, Nomad Avenger. Yes, that was pretty clear that Nomad Avenger takes the win, but Fire Zombie is most likely going to have a chance to come back as a fast loser. And next up, we have the final race until the fast loser. It's going to be the Gold Bakugan Dragonoid taking on Monster Mutt Poodle. And it's going to be Monster Mutt Poodle. So these 5 trucks have moved on, but now it is time for the fast loser race to see who will take on Monster Mutt Poodle. So all 5 of these trucks lost in that round, and I think it was pretty clear which 2 had the best runs. It was World Finals 21 and Fire Zombie, because those were the only 2 out of these 5 that hit the laptop. So those 2 trucks will square off in the fast loser race, and as for these 3, they will get a total of 7 points for this event, and the loser of this race will get 7 points as well. So those 3 trucks are eliminated. Let's see who's going to be your fast loser. So who is going to move on? Is it going to be World Finals 21 or Fire Zombie? It's going to be Fire Zombie. He hit it first, so World Finals 21 is eliminated. So these 4 trucks have all lost in round number 4, which means they get a total of 7 points for this event to add on to their total coming into this event. So now it is time for round number 5. There's 6 trucks remaining. So obviously after this round, it's going to go down to 3, and we're going to need another fast loser race. And out of the 3 losers, whichever 2 have the best run will have a chance at the fast loser. So only 2 trucks will end up losing in this round, and those 2 trucks will get a total of 9 points. So yeah, without further ado, let's go over the field of trucks. Inside of the Ride Truck Gravedigger, we have Supper Large Billy. Inside of the Zombie Pirate's Curse, we have Diamond Kari. Inside of the Points Leader Training Truck Zombie, we have Monster Jams ×10. Inside of Nomad Avenger, we have Anthony Yost. Inside of Monster Mutt Poodle, we have Holly Triplet. And inside of Fire Zombie, we have Blakester Miniman. So if Training Truck Zombie ends up winning this event yet again, that's definitely... it's going to be hard for anybody to end up beating him this season. So right now, Training Truck Zombie is starting to run away with the championship, although we're only in event number 3, but we'll see if anybody can stop him. And without further ado, we're going to kick things off with Ride Truck Gravedigger taking on the Zombie Pirate's Curse. So who's going to be the first truck to move on to the semifinals? Ride Truck Gravedigger or Zombie Pirate's Curse? It's going to be the Ride Truck Gravedigger. Zombie Pirate's Curse is more than likely going to have a chance at coming back as a fast loser, though. Next up, we have Training Truck Zombie taking on Nomad Avenger. Can anybody take down Training Truck Zombie? Oh, that is really, really close, but it looks like, as you can tell, of course, Zombie's closer to the line, so Zombie is just barely going to edge out the Nomad Avenger. Next up, we have the final race until the fast loser race. It's going to be Monster Mutt Poodle taking on Fire Zombie. It's going to be Fire Zombie who hit it first. Monster Mutt Poodle, though, is going to be in the fast loser. So these 3 trucks have advanced to the semifinals, and now it is time for the fast loser race. So all 3 of these trucks lost in that round, and actually all 3 of them had very good runs, but only 2 out of the 3 reached that line over there where the laptop is and the piece of, like, racing track or whatever. And those 2 are the Zombie Pirate's Curse and Monster Mutt Poodle, so they will be facing off in the fast loser. Nomad Avenger was very, very close to getting to that line, though, but he unfortunately did not get there, so he has been eliminated, and he will get, I believe, 9 points for this event. Yeah, 9 points for this event. And the loser of this race will get 9 points as well, but let's find out who's going to advance. Zombie Pirate's Curse or Monster Mutt Poodle? Who is going to move on to the semifinals? Zombie Pirate's Curse or Monster Mutt Poodle? It's going to be Zombie Pirate's Curse. Monster Mutt Poodle flips over, so he will get 9 points for this event, as well as Nomad Avenger. And Zombie Pirate's Curse is in the semifinals. And now we are down to the semifinals of Monster Jam Points Competition Season 2, Event Number 3. So first things first, if you lose in this round, you'll get a total of 11 points for this event. Now let's go over the field of trucks. Inside of Ride Truck Gravedigger, we have Supper Lars Billy. Inside of Training Truck Zombie, we have Monster Jams times 10. Now, Training Truck Zombie has literally only lost one race all season, which was in the championship race of event number 1. So he was runner-up in event 1, he won event number 2, and now he's in the semifinals here in event number 3 with a very good chance to win yet again. That truck is just so fast. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to beat him this season. Like I said, so far he is currently running away with the championship, but we'll see if that'll change by the time we get to event number 10. And anyways, inside of Fire Zombie, we have Blakester Miniman, and inside of the Zombie Pirates Curse, we have Diamond Kari, and I'm pretty sure Zombie Pirates Curse actually lost in round 1 in the first 2 events, so what a turnaround for that truck as he's in the semifinals here. But anyways, without further ado, we're going to kick things off with the Ride Truck Gravedigger and Training Truck Zombie, the battle of 2 chase pieces. So who is going to move on to the championship race? Is it going to be Supper Lars Billy in the Ride Truck Gravedigger or Monster Jams times 10 in the Training Trucks Zombie? It is going to be the Ride Truck Gravedigger. If you guys looked at it closely, you could tell that Ride Truck Gravedigger hit it first, so he is going to move on to the championship race. If you guys don't believe me, like I said, you can even go back and rewind it and slow down the speed of the video, and you can see that Gravedigger just barely hit it first. So Zombie has been eliminated in the semifinals. I mean, there's no question he's still going to be the points leader heading into event number 4, but he's going to get 11 points for this event, and Gravedigger is in the championship race. So who is going to meet Ride Truck Gravedigger in the championship race? Is it going to be Blakester Miniman in the Fire Zombie or Diamond Kari in Zombie Pirates Curse? It is going to be Fire Zombie. So although the Training Truck Zombie is not in the championship race this time, another zombie truck is, and this time it is the Fire Zombie. He is in the championship race. And so sorry to Diamond Kari in the Zombie Pirates Curse. Technically another zombie truck since it's from the Zombie Invasion series. But Zombie Pirates Curse as well as Training Truck Zombie are both going to get a total of 11 points for this event. Better luck in event number 4 to those two guys. But Blakester Miniman and Fire Zombie is in the championship race. And now we are down to the championship race of Monster Jam Points Competition Season 2. Event number 3. So coming into this event, both of these trucks are actually having really good seasons so far because out of 80 trucks coming into this event, Ride Truck Gravedigger is tied for 8th in the points with a total of 12 points. And coming in, Fire Zombie is tied for 16th with a total of 8 points. So 12 points and 8 points coming in. Now whoever wins this race is going to get 15 and the loser will get 13. So inside of the Ride Truck Gravedigger, we have Supper Lars Billy, and inside of Fire Zombie, we have Blakester Miniman. So event number 1 went to Inverse Higher Education. Event 2 went to Training Truck Zombie. Now let's find out who is going to be your winner of Monster Jam Points Competition Season 2, Event number 3. It is going to be none other than Supper Lars Billy and the Training, or not the Training Trucks, but the Ride Trucks Gravedigger. Now, I think in event number 1, he lost in the semifinals, so he did pretty good in event number 1, but event number 2, he didn't do too great. I think he lost in, like, round 1 or 2, but coming in with 12 points and now getting a total of 15 here is definitely going to help his chances of going for the championship this year, as he now has a total of 27, although Training Truck Zombie is still going to be the points leader. But as for Blakester Miniman and Fire Zombie, you were so close, man. You get a total of 13 points for this event, and that will definitely help you out as well. So better luck in event number 4 to you. Maybe you will finally get your first ever win. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to total up the current point standings, and I will be right back to show it for like the last minute and a half to 2.5 minutes probably of this video to show the current point standings. But yeah, anyways, congratulations one last time to Supper Lars Billy and the Ride Truck Gravedigger for winning event number 3. So now here's a look at the current point standings after this event. As you guys can see, Training Truck Zombie has a 12-point lead over the Ride Truck Gravedigger right now for the points lead. So I'm going to quickly show all the points right here. But yeah, it's going to be tough for anybody to beat that Training Truck Zombie, where you're now 3 events in and 7 events to go. It's going to be pretty important for anybody that's trying to catch Training Truck Zombie for the championship that Zombie loses in round 1 of the next event, but we'll see what happens. So just look for your name, see how many points you have, and yeah, so here we are right here, right around halfway. So another thing I would just like to mention is very recently I did just reach 2,100 subscribers. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for that. It really does mean a lot to me, and we are now on the road to 2,200 subscribers. So if you guys are new to my channel, make sure you guys do subscribe. So maybe we can get to 2,200 by the end of this year. But yeah, here's the last dozen or so of the point standings. Now, anybody with 3 points, so basically 65th on down, have all lost in round 1 of all 3 events so far. So these like 15 or 16 guys have all lost in the first round, which kind of sucks, but maybe they can turn it around in event number 4. So we'll see what happens. I'm not exactly sure when event 4 is going to come out, but definitely expect that within the next few days, I would say. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, congratulations one last time to Supper Lars Billy in the Ride Truck Gravedigger for winning this event and moving up to second in the point standings right now. Only 12 points behind the Training Truck Zombie, who has been dominating this season. But we'll see if Ride Truck Gravedigger or anybody else can officially take him down in event number 4. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys subscribe if you're new. Leave a like on the video. Turn on post notifications. And I will see you guys next time.